This is Eric Erb Live. You can find me online at theericerbshow.com and, of course, twitter.com/The Eric Erb Show. Right here on Spreaker, that's Spreaker.com/Eric Erb Live, and also on YouTube, of course, youtube.com/Eric Erb Live. Like, share, subscribe, folks, if you like this podcast. Today's going to be a little bit different. I want to talk to you about this so-called second stimulus check. I know there's lots of noise out there that they're going to try to pass one. I'm following this very carefully, as I've been following since the first of the year. And here we are already into Friday, October 2nd. They've only passed one stimulus check of $1,200. The people that work for Trump were urging in the Republican Party, Steve Mnuchin, the Treasury Secretary, on and on and on, let's just look and see and watch how the economy reacts, how the people react with the first $1,200 payment. Well, as you know, that's been months and months and months and months ago, and to be honest, it hasn't done shit. We're still in over 20 million unemployment nationwide in the United States. Between the House and the Senate, the House wants to always, under Nancy Pelosi, of course, the House always wants to tack on extra, if you will, crap to the bill and not have any stimulus go directly to the people. They always want to tag on their spending, their pork barrel items, such as the Green New Deal, this and that. Different things that have nothing to do with COVID-19, nothing to do with this pandemic, nothing to do with getting the American worker back to work, nothing to do with unemployment. This is the little game that goes on here, and I don't know if a lot of you have actually really thought about that. It's a perception and a game that is played between the House Speaker, primarily Nancy Pelosi, and of course the Senate Majority Leader, Mitch McConnell. And they keep this game going back and forth, members of both parties, they keep it going back and forth so that they can play the game and make it look like they're actually doing something. Well, I'm going to be honest, and I'm going to tell you, it's taken almost, here we are, we're into October 2nd, Friday, October 2nd, in 2020. And it's taking, 6 months to finally figure out how to pass something, or longer? And you got to stop and realize that people are hurting all over. The unemployment down here in the state of Florida, I can only speak for Florida because I live down here. The people here in Central Florida, at least, are hurting. Disney, we have the Disney theme park, the attraction park near Kissimmee, Florida. That's going to be laying off of thousands of people as of last night. I want to say around maybe 10,000 to 15,000 people or more. So you have to understand that this misconception of people that keep saying the economy is getting better, it's getting better. When the fuck is it getting better, folks? It might be getting better for you if you're in your fucking bubble in Washington, D.C. It might be getting better for you if you happen to be in New York City and you happen to be working maybe for a law firm or something like that. It might be happening out in California, in Silicon Valley, if you happen to own a software company or a CEO or CFO or so on and so forth. But for the little guys, for the people, at least down here in Florida, the average everyday worker, it's not getting better. So when somebody rattles off and spews this line of bullshit, I know this isn't politically correct, but I'm in the middle. I'm independent, folks. I don't care what people say. I'm independent, but sometimes lean right. I do what is best for the people. I do what is best for my family. I do what is best all the way around, because I'm not party, and I repeat, I'm not a party loyalist. I don't put party over people, party over common sense, party especially not over God, okay? I do what I need to do to take care of my family and, of course, pay the bills and do everything else. So again, this bullshit of you have two parties, the Democrat-controlled House of Representatives and the Senate controlled by the Majority Leader Mitch McConnell, Republican control, going back and forth, and they can't, in between that and then Trump's Steve Mnuchin, the Treasury Secretary, they can't seem to figure out their head from their ass. Well, I tell you what, lock them in the room for 24 hours, put a guard at the door, armed guard with a gun, and say nobody leaves this fucking room till a deal is done. We've lost the spirit. We've lost what it's like to serve in this country. We've lost what it's like to actually give a shit about the people. The leaders of this country are self-indulging, narcissistic, pathetic assholes. Okay, I'm just going to say that. Okay, a lot of the leaders of this country, at least in Congress anyway, are total assholes. They don't give a fuck about the people. They don't give a fuck about you. As far as they're concerned, you can fuck off as long as it doesn't hurt their salary. Don't forget, a lot of these asswipes go to Congress. I'll give you a classic example. AOC, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, out of New York in the 5th District, I believe. She doesn't care about anybody. She was essentially a bartender tending bar in a local restaurant in New York City. Okay? She got lucky, and they pushed her to sign up to try out to be a representative. It was like an acting job, folks, and she's a lousy fucking actor, okay? And I'm not knocking out AOC, I'm just saying that this is the mentality. So they put her in power because she's pretty, she's brunette, she's Hispanic, she's got, halfway decent looking, blah, 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 all of this. She's supposedly college educated. So they said, why not? She's kind of cute, let's roll with it. And that's exactly what they did. They pumped her up, they've inflated her, they made a superstar. Point being is she forgot where she came from. She come from a little nasty bar there in New York City, representing the people of that district. She's forgot all about it. They start throwing thousands, hundreds of thousands of dollars towards her way. She instantly forgets where she's coming from. And that's the same way with Nancy Pelosi for the last 45 years. She doesn't give a rat's ass out there in California. It's the same thing. Barbara Boxer, she's a senator. It's the same damn thing. You even have people, even like our own two senators, Marco Rubio. Where's little Marco? Don't hear a damn shit thing about him. Occasionally he sounds off just to let people know down here in Florida, hey, I'm still alive. Hey, I'm Cuban, blah, 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 blah. I'm still alive, blah, blah. It's like, well, what's going on? What the fuck are you doing? Are you getting anything done up there? The answer is no. Rick Scott used to be the former governor of the state of Florida. Rick Scott is gotten on the news. He's close to President Trump. He's gotten on the news a couple times. He was elected senator. He won. And guess what? Rick Scott's out of sight, out of mind. He goes on, you see him on the news once or twice. Nowhere to be found. Absolutely nowhere. What the fuck are you doing up there in Washington? Well, I can tell you what they're not doing. What they're not doing is helping you and me and the people of this great country. What these senators and what these Congress people are doing is nothing. And again, they don't give a fuck about you. They don't give a rat's ass about you, and they don't give a rat's ass about me. They pretend they do either every 2 years or 4 years or 6 years sometimes in the Senate and 2 years in the House of Representatives. So every 2 years, these fuckers in the House of Representatives have to pretend that they love you, have to pretend that they're going to get something done, have to actually do something. Now in the Senate, it's a little different. It's every 6 years, so they got a little more flexibility and room to screw off a few more years. But the House of Representatives, there's a constant turnover. There's new people constantly. People get voted out, new people come in, blah, 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 and the cycle continues every 2 years in the House of Representatives. You have to ask yourself with the unemployment, and again, I'm basing this on what it is here in Florida. It's the perception of everything is all right, but the perception and the reality, again, just one example with Disney World here near Kissimmee, Florida, laying off over 10,000 people, furlough. What the fuck's up with that? And it just keeps going on and on and on. The business here with this fake pandemic coronavirus has been destroyed. A lot of mom and pop businesses, a lot of them have not even come back yet. A lot of businesses, local businesses here in the state of Florida, just can't come back. They won't come back, and they're dead, and they're gone. So you tell me. So I'm not on here whining, bitching, complaining because I want my $1,200 from the government. I'm just saying for the rest of everybody else, what is the fuck going on with that? Why can't these people get along? And the answer is because they don't want to. They're in it for themselves. That's all they give a fuck about is themselves. All right, that's Eric Erb from the Eric Erb Live. You can find me online at theericerbshow.com, Spreaker.com/Eric Erb Live, and Anchor. That's Anchor.fm, Anchor.fm /Eric Erb Live. Like, share, subscribe if you like this podcast. I'm out of here.